To improve students' participation in fields such as science, technology, engineering, and math, President Obama recently launched a campaign called Educate to Innovate. In that theme, to provide authentic learning experiences, the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences and the National Cancer Institute have created a pipeline to inform and engage communities through the Breast Cancer and the Environment Research Program. It provides high school students with opportunities to become the next generation of scientists investigating the role of the environment in health and disease. Locally, the Student and Scientists Environmental Research Scholarship Program is designed to encourage student leaders of the 21st century. It encourages young men and women from diverse demographic strands of our region to seek careers in the sciences that prioritize prevention. By introducing high school students into a multifaceted community of healthcare advocates, elected representatives, healthcare professionals, and scientists, we want to show them that collaborative and diverse partnerships are essential to solving problems. Developing Guardians of the Future, the Student and Scientist Environmental Research Scholarship Program is designed for highly motivated students who have an interest in biology and chemistry. For nearly a decade, students have been placed in specialized laboratories. They shadow scientists investigating the influence of early and extended environmental exposures on mammary gland development and the potential of these exposures to alter the risk of breast cancer later on in life.
When students come here with little experience but a lot of self-motivation, they can turn into some of the brightest scientists, especially when they have a drive and a reason to be here.
Working in real lab settings, the students gain a mentor. The researcher becomes a role model and a coach. By witnessing firsthand the discoveries and the difficulties of experimentation, the lab as classroom inspires the students and nurtures their natural interests as investigators and encourages them to consider science careers.
It gave us an opportunity to provide students with an extension beyond the school, giving them real-life scientific research-based experiences that allowed them to experience what they might face or experience in a real-world career-based environment, and ultimately that serves as a spark to move them further along in terms of their college choice decisions as well as their career-based opportunity decisions.
Empowering individuals at every age with the most current science findings gives them the resources needed to make the best personal health decisions. But the success of these kinds of endeavors requires partnerships. Partnerships between educators, private businesses, community groups, scientists, and government agencies.
It's incredibly important for us to be sponsoring student programs because this is our future. And if we don't start supporting our young people now, then they're not going to have that base when they become our age. You know, it's every generation's responsibility to take care of the generation that's coming next. And by providing these programs, we give incentives to young people to get involved in science. We give incentives for them to become involved in politics. And the way that you get the finances and the money and the resources, put behind curing breast cancer is by combining that political aspect with the science aspect.
Parents, teachers, researchers, even the students themselves recognize the impact these kinds of learning opportunities can have on the students at a formative stage in their lives.
I would say that it was an amazing experience that has changed my daughter's life after that, because science became her passion afterwards, and she became an activist for the environmental health, a big one. And she actually paved the route for my younger daughter also, who did the program later in 2009.
That summer was my first time doing any type of lab research. It was completely new for me. It was scary, fulfilling, everything. And it really, I think, gave me the confidence to continue doing further research. And then upon graduating, I just remained further involved with the sciences, largely because of that initial experience. And, now I'm starting medical school. So it really stayed along that path.
These young women and men are given amazing opportunities, whether it's working in a lab, mentoring younger students, or attending conferences. They're learning how to be responsible citizens, and they're gaining the confidence that comes with working with adults on projects that really matter.
Me and my lab partner, Jonathan David, we applied for the Breast Cancer Environmental Research Program in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we got in. So we went there along with a few other interns, other students who had interned at different laboratories with their projects. And and we presented our data to world-renowned scientists, and we also got to watch their presentations. It was definitely eye-opening. I learned things I never would have known, and I had such an amazing time there.
In assigning students to a lab, their abilities, knowledge base, and proclivities are all assessed so that they will not only get the best experience out of the program, but also be able to contribute to their highest potential. Students leave the lab with greater understanding and competency of environmental public health.
I hope that we're raising good scientists for the future. I hope that we're raising people who really care, and I definitely think we had one of those students this summer.
This program provides opportunities for students from diverse backgrounds. The Student and Scientist Environmental Research Scholarship Program focuses on the importance of breast cancer and the environment, providing a wealth of scientific knowledge related to the causation of all cancers and chronic diseases.
Human health and the environment, of course, they're linked because humans, they depend on the environment, and basically whatever is around humans, whatever is in their environment affects their health. I learned a lot about breast cancer during my time with the Breast Cancer Coalition. I went to a conference in Cincinnati that fall, and I learned a lot during that. I saw lots of presentations on things like windows of susceptibility and how one can decrease or increase one's susceptibility to breast cancer. And that's certainly going to help me in my life.
Science programs like these will redefine the future of public health and will prioritize prevention.
I think a lot of researchers out there try to go and create cures for something, but they don't. It's like trying to cure a bruise after you got it when you could just prevent the bruise from happening, and that would just alleviate the problem entirely.